Good morning. We are off sorting seed here already. We've already loaded out 8 boxes. A guy brought his wagons over and we filled them up for him. So we've got some empties stacked up back over there. And we're going to load out another trailer load of corn. We need a couple of boxes of corn that I've got buried in here and some paper bags that are buried. And so we're doing that. I have a third guy coming this afternoon to pick up his little bit of corn, so that's good. We had our insurance meeting this morning already, not crop insurance, farm insurance. And what else do we got going on? Oh yeah, we're going to do some plumbing this afternoon, or later this morning, so busy day. Loading. We got seed moving today. It's a good day. Okay, there's the morning's loads done, gone, and out of here. We're gonna head down to the farm and see what's going on there. Start working on our plumbing stuff. It's gonna be kind of nice today, in the 60s. It's starting to warm up. Sun's coming out a little bit. It's a little hazy, but good day for working outside on that stuff. So I mentioned briefly yesterday that we were having some trouble with the AC clutch, compressor clutch on our tractor here. So Xander brought it into the shop yesterday and he got the belt off but didn't tackle the clutch problem there. So I'm starting to work on that. I took the outer part off here and it's pretty smoky smelling and black. So now I'm trying to get the rest of the pulley off. I just got this snap ring. I've never seen a snap ring that looks like that before, but we got it out of there. Now I don't know. Can we pull this off? Oh yeah, I moved. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Is that the part that's bad? Or do we need more? That looks like a magnet. So yeah, it's probably this part. Okay. I'm gonna go look at the parts book. Well, here's our parts breakdown of that clutch. So that's the outside piece that I took off. There's that funky snap ring. There's the pulley. Looks like the magnet also comes with it, and it's all in one box, which means it's one part. So I ordered that part. We got to get the magnet off yet, and we wait for it to get here. I'm trying to figure out how that magnet part comes off of that clutch, and it appears that there's another snap ring inside there, but I cannot see to get on it at all. So we're going to try and pivot this compressor and see if I can turn it so that I can see in there. I don't want to take it out because if I do that, I got to disconnect the AC lines and then we got to recharge everything and vacuum the system, and I don't really want to do that. So I got 3 of the bolts out. I'm going to loosen the last one, and I should pivot in there a little bit, maybe give me a little better access. Okay, we had to take all the bolts off, but we got it so I can see in there now. I need to take the screw off there that's holding those wires and then disconnect that electrical connection and then pull that snap ring, and it should slide right off of there. Should. Well, there's the snap ring, but it doesn't want to pull off. Why isn't it pulling off? It's wiggly. I would say that part burned up. Okay. I wonder if there's a bearing out in there. Oh, definitely. All right. Well, that's going to be a challenge, but let's see if we can get it. Well, that's not exactly what I thought it was there. There's no bearing. That's just a thin piece that gets on there with a snap ring. The problem is it's been spinning and rubbing. Why and how? And did it wreck that one? Awfully shiny on stuff there. I wonder if that whole cap is bad. Okay, well, after a little examination and stuff, I have decided that that piece is probably not any good. I don't know that putting a new clutch on there, the magnet is just going to spin, and we wore out the spacing, and it's not going to fit on the hub right. And you can't buy just the cap, so we are going to end up having to replace that whole compressor. Good news is, it's not horribly expensive. $500 bucks, which is not great, but it's not it's a $1,000 or $1,200 part. So the worst part of this is that now we have to disconnect the AC lines, and that means that we have to vacuum the system and put new Freon in and all of that. Fortunately, my Uncle Jack, he has all the equipment and can do all of that. In fact, we've got a refrigerant tank sitting right there. So I'll have to see if we can come up and do that sometime after we get the part. All right, back out here to our plumbing project now. We just got a ATS delivery, so that's good, except for he spilled it all over my nice clean concrete. I have to get a hose and rinse that down. We need to connect that hose to that T, and then that T to our pump. So I need to go get my socket, and what else do I need? My sealant stuff that I probably don't need. We're gonna get a wire brush and clean those surfaces up. Okay. Decided I didn't want to stand in the ATS to work, so we're gonna rinse it down. It's lunchtime anyway. I'll go grab some lunch and come back. This should be dried up. Okay. I've got our connections made down there. We got that tank hooked up, and we got a hose coming up here. That one's going to come into our pump, but we need a valve here first. So I'm going to attach that valve, and then we'll figure out how long our hose needs to be exactly and get that cut and attached here. I believe we are connected to our pump. We are going to redo that sight gauge there. That did not work like we wanted it to, so I don't have the stuff to do that, I don't think, or I need to look and see. But yeah, we've got 3-inch out of that tank. That tank's going to have 1034O in it. This is water tank. This is our 28 tank. It is full. Those all come into our main line there. Runs underneath the steps. We've got ATS in this tank, which we just got right there. That comes into our main line. This is my Infuro starter. It's a 721.3 that we're using this year. And then we come out of there, loop up into our pump, which should work. And now we need to come out of here and connect to our handler. Make sure we got that exactly where we want it. Okay. So I put a little riser on here just so we can get up and be above our concrete. And then we've got a sweeping 90. And now I got to decide whether we can make this bend down into that, or if I need to put a 90-degree hose barb, dual hose barb in there. I think we're going to try and bend it, and we'll see. And if we don't like it, then we can always cut it and put a 90 in there. So from the other end of that, then we're attaching our hose, and I'm probably got way more than we need there. I'll have to see what Dad thinks. That's just what was left of the roll. I bought, I think, 65 feet because I didn't know exactly how much I would need, or I was pretty confident it was close to that, and we've used up what we needed. I just kept cutting it off the end, and I figured, well, whatever's left we'll put on there for loading the sprayer. That might be more than what we need. But anyway, we've got a quick connect right there, and then on the other end here we're going to put this valve set up, and I am using threaded stuff here instead of manifold. Not necessarily because I have to, but two things. One, I want to eliminate as many clamps as possible because this is where you're going to be handling it all the time. Your hands are going to be in here and moving and opening and closing that valve and stuff. And sometimes these clamps have these little tails that stick out, and they'll scratch you and scrape you, like that one. See that next to that valve? I don't like that, so we're going to have to rotate that one out of the way. So eliminating as many clamps and that kind of stuff as possible. I know we could tape them down or just whatever, but this way I don't have to worry about them. We'll have one on the hose here, but it'll be the T-bolt style, where it doesn't have a sharp end. And so I like that. Also, I already had that valve on the shelf, and that valve is cheaper than, using a valve you already have on your shelf is cheaper than buying a valve that you don't have. So that's why we did that. But yeah, I'm going to take these into the shop and get all those screw-in connections done good where we've got a vise and I can put them together tightly. Okay, we're getting this put together. I got the 45 in there and then the coupler. And we're getting the hose bar put on. I'm using Teflon tape and some thread paste, that stuff. I ran out of the big can of it, and I didn't think this stuff was in too great a shape. I thought about using that one. Anyway, I found this in the drawer, so I don't know. I've had some of these threads leak before, so I thought, well, we're going to put both on there and see if we can't get it to seal up good. Make sure we get them tight, but not so tight that they crack, right? And like with those, I kind of wanted them aligned in the right direction too, so that was a little tricky. And we added a handle. That should work. I'm going to wait till Dave gets back to ask him about the length of this hose before we put that on there, so we'll work on some of this other stuff. Look who it is. Just who we need. My air conditioning guy. Well, it is a good thing that we are about done here. So we're at least functional here. We're modifying. This is the valve that it had that valve on it. It's the rinse line. It was down there. I'm going to connect it to our new valve stack here, and I've got these close enough that I can just put the hose that's coming off of there right on this hose barb and not worry about that valve in there, because we have a valve right there. I should probably have a quick connect in here, but you guys hear that? That's Dad, who just got back from driving around saying, hey, I think we need to go top dress the wheat.
I need something to do.
So, we have to make this functional, and we have to do it right now. Not to mention I have to get the computer and the sprayer uploaded and ready, so changes my priorities real quick. So I'm trying to get this hose off of this hose barb so that I can put that one on and just get this functional, which I don't even care about this right now. I just need to be able to pump water or liquid through the system, and all I need on there is a valve to do that. Okay, that ain't gonna work. That's 3/4 hose versus an inch fitting. All right, well, I'll just put this back together for right now then. Okay, well, we got our hose put together there. He's got to change nozzles and get some stuff ready. I'm going to run a little bit of water because I think we should pressure test with water and not 28. I don't know if we're going to get there today. He caught me off guard a little bit. Oh boy, okay, where did I leave off? I don't remember. I think I told you that Dad was trying to, he's getting the sprayer out because he wants to go side dress or top dress wheat. Not going to happen today, but we're going to do everything we can to get ready and try and do some in the morning before it rains tomorrow. So we are trying to finish up getting this dike and stuff plumbed up here, and I'm getting there. Dad's getting the sprayer ready to go, getting the nozzle switched. I had to take Brayson to baseball practice, and I was going to stay and help, but their coach said, no, we're good. We don't need your help. Okay, so I'll keep working on stuff here. And I got to get the computer stuff ready to go, which I sent the work plans, but there's a little bit more stuff I got to do there, so we're close. All right, well, come on, bud. I would show you how much progress we made there. We're getting close. Getting close. We'll be functional in the morning, but I got to go pick up a kid from baseball, and I'm already going to be late, so we're not going to do that. There's everything. We did get a couple of totes out. I got the valve stack hooked up. Dad's getting the nozzles all ready to go on the sprayer. We're just about there. Oh, I should let him know that water is on. Okay, let's wrap this one up. Things got real busy real fast there about 3 o'clock, 3:15, when Dad came back and said, hey, we need to go top dress wheat today. Not on my radar. Wasn't thinking about it at all, and he just dropped that on me. So it's okay. We got the sprayer out. That's pretty well ready to go. We are functional to the point where we can pump fluid. I got oil into the pump. We got the pump and everything all hooked up, so that is good to go. It's ready. I don't quite have the hoses ready to connect the tower to pull out of the totes yet, but we're close on that. We can get the old chemical pumps out and just pump it right into that handler for now if we need to make it run. So tomorrow's gonna be a busy day. Looks like we're gonna top dress wheat. It is supposed to rain. I'm hoping that's going to hold off until afternoon. I don't think we'll be able to do all of the wheat tomorrow. We can do the tiled fields, but it dried a lot today. It was a really nice day today, but we're still sitting pretty wet. So if we happen to miss the majority of the rain tomorrow, there's a very small chance, but there's a chance that we could do some more field work towards the beginning of the week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week, before the next shot of rain comes through. So I'm not ruling March beans out yet, but it's not likely. So anyway, thanks for watching this one. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Make sure you're subscribed. We have hit the spring busy season. Things get crazy from here on out. So get some sleep, breathe, and let's have some fun. See you guys in the morning.